Hello, this is Marian Pena coming to you from seemstobesew.com. Today I'm going to show you a quick tip on printing layouts in electric quilt. Normally when we print out layouts in electric quilt, we are able to just normally print them out without really adjusting anything, but sometimes you have a block where you can adjust your layout for the paper so that you can reduce the amount of paper you're using, which will also reduce the amount of ink. Let me show you what I mean. This is my perfect pairs block of the week that I've been doing on releasing on my blog at seemstobesew.com, and I have each week I have done these releases. I have pretty much done the standard block layout, but this week when I was starting to prepare this block, I discovered this little tip that I should have been doing all along, and so I'm going to go fix it in my other patterns, but for this one today it will get the new little tip that I discovered. I have always been moving these around, but I wanted to show you what happens when you just do a normal layout. When you go to make a layout in electric quilt for your block, you can be on any of your tabs. You can be on the applique tab, your color tab. If I had the easy draw tabs here, I could be on them as well. It wouldn't matter. I would go to my print icon, which is right here. I'm not sure if this is one of the default icons that's on electric quilt or not, but if it's not, you can come over here to this little thing right here and press the add remove button, and it will allow you to choose what you want to be up on your bar along here. That's a pretty cool little thing. I know, for instance, the export image is not there by default. You have to add it. I have it there because I'm constantly exporting images of my patterns. So for me, it's handy to have it right here instead of over here in this menu. And I forget now where it's even at. Here it is, right here on the menu. I never use this one anymore. I use the one here on my tab because I love it right here. So getting back to my little lesson, we click on the printer tab, we go to block, we choose the size we want for our block. It doesn't matter what you drew it in when you had the size over here. This is where it counts. When you want a 12 by 12 size or a 9 by 6 size or whatever size you want, this is where you're going to do it. And when you're in the quilt worksheet, you're not going to have the option to use size from quilt. This is going to only be available to you when you're in the quilt layout. So you want to keep that in mind. Now, when I printed my 9 by 9 block, I printed it on the landscape window, and that's because I wanted that 9-inch part of the pattern that won't fit in the 8 by 11 paper to fit on the page. I'll show you what I mean here. It prints so that I would only have 2 pages. I'm going to show you a trick on how to get this to be in just 1 page instead. So I need to print my 12 by 12, so I'm going to change my size to 12 by 12. I'm going to change my setup from landscape to portrait because it wouldn't matter if you still had it in landscape for the 12 by 12. It's still going to need that extra page. So now I'll take a look at my preview, and you can see I have several fixes here I need to make. And would you really want to try and put this together? Maybe you think it would be easier. I think it's more difficult. And in every one of my patterns previously, I've moved these so that while they still print on 4 pages, they split here in the middle at the hands. But today I've discovered a trick on how to get this all into just 2 pages. So I'm going to show you that in just a sec. Okay, so I come back here and I come back to my normal window. And I'm going to select all with my Control A on my keyboard. But you could come up here to edit, select all also. And you scooch this over just a little bit. You don't want to go very far. You want to give it a little check out. And then to get it on 2 pages, you want to move this up just a little bit. You know you need it to be above 10 inches or so for it to work. So we'll try this again and see how it looks. Oh, almost there. I got my feet in place, so I'm happy about that. We got that by scooching it the block up a bit. Now I know you're going to say to me, Marian, you can't be having this over the line. Well, I'm not drawing it over the line yet, and I'm not saving it anywhere over the line. So as long as I'm over the line and I'm aware of it, it's all good. So don't worry. Normally when you are over the line and you're drawing, it's a cause of the polygon error that we sometimes see in electric quilt. So I'm going to scooch this back just over a little bit and let's see what happens now. I didn't scooch it over much, but as you can see, it does come back in a little bit. And really, this would actually be fine, but I don't want to confuse anyone, so I'm going to get it right in the middle. But as you can see, we're just getting it right into place so that it will split in the middle of the hand. We just keep previewing and checking it, and it's all good. So I'm happy with this. Now it looks like 4 pages, but it might print to the PDF the 4 pages, but you can fix that. So I'm just going to label my block, and I just put layer because that's what it is to me, as a layer. And there I go. I'm ready to go. So in order to go back, my PDF page printer is going to open. My PDF editing software is going to open, that is. I'm going to select all again. I'm going to move it back into place so that it's not outside of the line. And then I'm going to check my sketchbook. And you can see I have all these extras here, which I don't want, and I can just delete them. But I'm not going to bother you because of that sound with all the deletes at this moment. But that's what I would do next. I would go in and delete those so they are not in Electric Quilt anymore. And then I would go and I would make my templates. With my templates, there's no need to move this stuff around. It's a totally different thing. But this is a little tip I wanted to share with you today on working with printing out layouts and how you can move them around to try and get the best options for your paper so that you can save printer and ink. I hope you have learned something today, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next month with a new lesson. Bye-bye for now.